Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We have a pile of 1968 1-cent coins, or the Lincoln penny, or the Lincoln Memorial penny. And I think in this pile we have a 1968 S, which is a San Francisco Mint coin. So we're going to kind of start looking through these and talk about the different coins that are here. And let's just do them one at a time. And I am going to magnify it so you can really see this coin. And you see this is a Lincoln penny. Look at the beautiful coloring in here, the hues that come off there, the red and purple. In God we trust at the top, it says, liberty behind President Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, who's facing to the right. It says 1968 under his chin. And if we tip this way up, and I mean way up, we can see right there, wait a second, a V, a D, and a B. And that's for Victor David Brenner. See the V, the D, the B right at the top of my pen there? And so a lot of people don't know, but you can actually see the initials of the engravers on both sides of this coin. So we'll look at the back in a second. So in 1968, they made the Lincoln 1-cent coins at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint, which is this one. Remember in 1968, Philadelphia didn't put the P on their pennies, and they made 1.7 billion of them. We tip it up and we see that it has a smooth edge, and we go to the back and we see that it has the Lincoln Memorial on here, which is in Washington, D.C., where President Lincoln's statue sits way, way inside the memorial. And if you magnify this way out, you can actually see him sitting in the Lincoln Memorial. We see that there's the steps here. And when you're looking for quality here, one of the things you look for is whether the roof is attached. That would be an error coin. Sometimes they have what they call a floating roof on the Lincoln Memorial cents. And this one is clearly attached. We see the lines. And then you can look at the steps here. You look at some of the different engravings and stuff. You look at these bushes out front, and these are in fact bushes, but you just can't see them. At the top it says United States of America. Underneath that it says E Pluribus Unum, and you see it has these dots in it, 1, 2, 3 dots there. Down at the bottom you see it says 1 cent. Now nowhere on the United States 1-cent coins does it say a penny, but we just took that from England, where the 1 penny coins came from. And of course many of our language things we took from the United Kingdom. If we look way, way over here on the side and magnify it as much as we can, and let me center that for you, there's an F and a G here. And that's for Frank Gasparo, who was the engraver for the back of the coin. So Victor David Brenner engraved this Lincoln image that's on the front in 1909. That Lincoln image has kept up through the present day with Lincoln on the front of the coins. And so the VDB was from 1909. Frank Gasparo first did the Lincoln Memorial cents. These came out in 1959. So before 1959, of course, we had the old wheat ears pennies. But in 1959, they switched over to, so here's a wheat ear penny. It looked like this. Said 1 cent, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and had 2 ears of wheat. And this is where you get the grain from the wheat from. You kind of thresh these, and the grains come out, and then you make flour and stuff. All right, so that's the Philadelphia version. Let's see what's the next one we got here. Oh, there's another Philly. And see right here, that mark right there? Wait a second. These coins wear, and you can sometimes kind of see the center of these coins. Now, there's a different ways to make coins, and so there's copper coins, and then there is copper-plated zinc coins, and then there is, of course, some of the coins are made out of brass, but in all cases you have kind of a center that sometimes kind of wears through. All right, so that's another 68. All right, so these are all Philadelphia because Philadelphia didn't have a mint mark. Let's see if we can get one. There's another Philadelphia. Another Philadelphia. This one, sometimes you get the greening from the copper in the coin. Another Philadelphia. Jeez. There's just a bunch of Philadelphias here. Another Philly. We're going to get to any. I'm going to move all these coins around. Another Philly. There we go. This is a Denver Mint coin, and you can see very clearly that you can't miss this. If there's a mint mark on these coins, you will be able to see it, and there's a Denver Mint D right there. And of course, everything else on the coin is the same. Smooth edge, Lincoln Memorial on the back, 1 cent, E pluribus unum. So that's Denver Mint. So let's keep that one out. Then this one. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's just get this coin by itself. This one looks a little bit like a D if you have bad eyes like me until you magnify it. And then you see that this is an S coin, and just in stunning color condition, if it'll stay here with us. So you see, let's see if we can get that S so it just really pops out a little bit more. And sometimes on these coins you get this little bit of dirt or wear in here. Never clean these coins. Always leave them just like they are, because this coloring on here is called the patina, and collectors want those coins to show it went through a bunch of different people's hands. So there is the S right there. So the San Francisco Mint in 1968 started making the pennies again. They didn't make a lot of them compared to the other mints. They made 261 million. So compared to the Denver Mint, where they made 2.8 billion. So at the Denver Mint they made 2.8 billion. At the San Francisco Mint they made 261 million, and 1.7 billion at the Philadelphia. So they made a lot of them, but these still were very, very collectible. How much is it worth? That's something that people keep asking. This particular coin is not worth much, simply because people really went out and collected them. So there's all kinds of these around. So you can probably get this coin for under 50 cents. Maybe not in this condition looking like this, but certainly something close to this for under $1. I'm actually glad they came back with the San Francisco Mint. Now, many of you know now that the San Francisco Mint is used solely in most cases for the proof sets, and so now they only make about 1.6 million a year, sometimes as many as 2 million, sometimes even less. I think in 2015, the San Francisco Mint coins, the penny, there was only 710,000. So sometimes there aren't a whole lot of them around, but in 1968 there were plenty, and there's still plenty to be had. So all right, there's our San Francisco. There is our Philadelphia. And here off to the side, it's going to be, it's funny how they're kind of slippery today, is the Denver. So Denver, Philadelphia, San Francisco, all side by side there. Well, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. These are collectible. They're not they're not too expensive, and I just love to see them. Have a great day. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.